Canada-CARICOM relations are rooted in commerce, amongst other things as well. And the pursuit of a modern trade agreement, therefore, is the next logical step in further strengthening this special relationship. By way of a little bit of background on how the relationship is special in many different ways. Canada and CARICOM have an enduring connection that's based on a shared history, common systems of government, strong people-to-people links, and cooperation at all levels of government. Two-way merchandise trade has favored CARICOM and has more than doubled over the last decade, from 895 million Canadian dollars in 1997, with CARICOM exports at that time to Canada worth 562 million, and imports from Canada of 333 million, to $2.2 billion in 2007. And within that, CARICOM merchandise exports to Canada were worth $1.5 billion, and imports from Canada to CARICOM were worth $727 million.
Our relationship with Canada in terms of trade goes back many years. We've had CARICOM, which has provided benefits to the CARICOM region. And basically what we're seeking to do is to ensure that as we negotiate new terms for trade between Canada and CARICOM, that we ensure that we provide space for our exports to access the Canadian market, particularly those exports that we have an interest in the area of agribusiness, and also ensure that any provisions that we develop would also ensure that we can compete in our domestic market.
There's been a relationship that's been developed based on our mutual cooperation over the years. And specifically, the integration that's already taking place in financial markets.
And Canadian banking operations, in fact, preceded the government. They were here since the late 1800s. Two-way trade in services is also significant, and that amounted to $3 billion in 2006, primarily in commercial services. And also in terms of investment, Canadian direct investment in the region reached $52.8 billion in 2007. CARICOM's foreign direct investment in Canada is also significant, and that totaled $1.2 billion in 2007.
Mining, which is important because as we come to the data, you will see that in mining, commercial practice again would have taken the region and Canada in a particular direction where there is heavy involvement by Canadian investment and service suppliers in mining. And of course, the ever-present energy and energy products that we've heard much about, and that forms the basis for many, even in Trinidad, for doing an agreement with Canada.
Formal bilateral arrangements as well are nothing new, and they've been in place, in fact, since the Trade Treaty of 1912. Since 1963, Canada has provided over $2 billion in development assistance to the Commonwealth Caribbean, making Canada one of the region's most important bilateral donors. In that same time, July 2007, Canada's Prime Minister announced $600 million over 10 years in additional development assistance for the Caribbean. And I should add that this is in addition to $555 million in development assistance to Haiti over the next 5 years.
There are 39, that would be 390,000 CARICOM residents in Canada, so the diaspora is there. The Caribbean is the highest per capita recipient for Canadian development assistance, and many countries have had scholarships provided by Canada. So that relationship is one that in the context of an agreement we want to preserve and expand.
Canada is helping to build the region's capacity to negotiate and implement trade and regional integration initiatives through a 15.7 million Canadian dollar CARICOM Trade and Competitiveness Program to support the Caribbean Regional Negotiating Machinery and the CARICOM Secretariat.